Welcome back to the Sports News Analysis YouTube channel. My name is Mike. I'm continuing my Week 4 previews and analysis. This video is for the game between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. This NFC North showdown will take place in Detroit at Ford Field. The Lions come in with a record of 2-1, and the Bears with a perfect record of 3-0. So, these are the two top teams here in the NFC North as of now. The Bears come into the Sunday's game with off the heels of a very impressive performance versus Steelers. And this team continues to force turnovers. They continue to cash in on those turnovers, which has become a hallmark of this team for about the past decade or so. And Lovie Smith leaves, but yet that mentality is still there with a lot of the same players. You got to like what you see on defense and that opportunistic nature. On offense, I like how they're more well-rounded. They have Forte involved more in the passing and running game, which I believe provides an extra threat. So Brandon Marshall is seeing more opportunities and is more better opportunities, I should say. They don't have to force the ball into him as much because they have Forte, they have Martellus Bennett, they have Alshon Jeffrey who's emerging. So I like this diversity of the Bears' attack. I like Trestman's influence on Cutler, getting him to take less chances, to take what the defense gives him. I think there's a big change for Cutler. You kind of see him maturing. I think Trestman's hands-on approach to Cutler during the games and just letting Cutler play is the kind of influence Cutler needed at this point in his career. And I think this offense is going to get better as the season goes on. And I really like their diverse attack against this Lions defense, which I'm not completely in love with the Lions defense, especially the back seven. I know it's something I harp on in these videos if you listen to it. I know they picked up Glover Quinn in the offseason, but I don't think this back part of this secondary, I think secondary and linebackers, I think can still be had in the passing game. We'll see what kind of pressure the Lions can put on Jay Cutler because obviously, the Bears offensive line played very well, against the Steelers the other night. Can they continue that against a pretty formidable defensive line, obviously, for the Lions, led by Sue and Fairley and, of course, Ziggy Ansah? We'll see how that plays out. From an offensive point of view, I look for both teams for their big receivers to really have good days. I don't think there's anyone on either team that can check Brandon Marshall or Calvin Johnson. But how do the periphery guys step up? And I look at the Bears as having, a better attack other than Brandon Marshall right now. That Nate Burleson injury for the Lions, I think, is really going to hurt them. Burleson stepped forward with over 100 yards last week. They worked out Lavelle Hawkins and Anthony Armstrong, the Lions did. Those guys aren't going to get it done. Can Ryan Broyle step up coming off of his injury, off of his ACL injury? That still remains to be seen. If Reggie Bush comes back, which they're expecting, is he, the dynamic Reggie Bush we saw the first 2 weeks, is he completely healthy? I just don't know that going into the game. And I think you're going to get a situation where you see Matthew Stafford trying to force the ball to Calvin Johnson and lead to all of the things that come along with that, whether it be holding onto the ball too long and succumbing to pressure or throwing interceptions and causing turnovers here for the Lions. So for that reason, I like the Bears. I like what I've seen from their offensive line. I like what I've seen from Jay Cutler and that opportunistic defense. So I like the Bears plus 2.5 on the road in Detroit to beat the Lions. Let me know what you guys think. Hit me up in the YouTube comments. Hit me up on Twitter at SNewsAnalysis. Guys, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I preview every game every week, and I'm always talking NFL football here on my YouTube channel. Thanks again for listening, and have a great night.